What's going on, guys? So it's February 27th, pretty sure anyway. I always have to double check for some reason. It's like I have no idea. It's February 27th, 2024. It's 4:42 p.m. Leaving the gym. Real quick, every episode that I do, on the description of the show, it's got the time that I recorded the show. It's got where I'm at. And that's for no other reason than to, I guess with everything else, to look back and see where I was at, what I was doing, when I recorded the show, kind of the circumstance that I did it, how I got it done pretty much, because, obviously right now they're all in Utah. They're all pretty much at work or at my house, and that's it. And so there's no variety there, so it seems pointless. But there's going to be a time where one of these, I'm in a different state, or I'm in a hotel, or I'm in an Airbnb, or I'm at some kind of conference, or at who knows, and it doesn't matter. But the purpose for that is to just illustrate, or not illustrate, but to document the wins, the where's, the hows, all that shit, so I can look back and be like, oh, you know what, I recorded a show, but I was in fucking Maryland at a thing, and so I still got the show done. Or maybe, and I can just look back and see, I recorded a show while quite literally falling asleep. I recorded a show in the gym. I recorded a show with dogs barking at me. I recorded a show in a grass field, just random shit, and just for documentation purposes. And to, I guess, again, further prove that you can absolutely record a show anywhere, any place, anytime with just your phone, because that's exactly what I've been doing 90% of this entire show. A lot of it, or some of it, actually is recorded at my desk with a nice microphone, so I guess don't count that. I don't care. But I've got my phone out. It's just voice memos. That's all I've been doing pretty much the whole time. So anyway, yeah, I document all that. I write a little brief description of the episode and what I talked about. There's certain things that I forget that I wanted to talk about in the actual show, so then I put that in the description of the podcast so you can read that as well. And I don't know if it helps the search engine as far as Spotify or Apple goes. I have no idea. That never once crossed my mind, but I'd like to have some kind of description or some kind of journal entry, if you will, about the day and what I did and what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it, so I'm just trying to document everything. I haven't done shit yet, and we're already 131 episodes in. This is episode 131. So anyway, so there's one particular thing that I wanted to talk about. It fired me up a little bit, and it kind of checked me a little bit as well, so I'm very thankful for that. So this is what happened. So I've been in the 75 Hard group chat for pretty much the entirety of completing doing 75 Hard this last go around, phase 1, and then now phase 2, because today's day 30, by the way, so fuck yeah. All I have to do is finish my tasks for the day, and then we have successfully completed yet another phase, and that means that we'll be on the hiatus between phase 2 and 3, so it'll be June 29th, like I've said millions of times already, and I'm very excited about that. So anyway, I've been in the 75 Hard Facebook group, and that's just about 20,000 people, I think. And it's a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people inquiring about the program, a lot of people sharing their wins, a lot of people puffing their chest, saying that they're better than everybody else. And it is what it is. I'm there for the accountability. I like learning what other people are doing and seeing. And some people have really great ideas with diets or with workouts or whatever, with how they get their gallon in, and I love to be able to help people too. If somebody's struggling with water, I can share my strategy, or if somebody's struggling with a workout, I can share my ideas, and so I like that aspect of it. I like the community building, but there's a lot of people in there who like to cut corners, who like to shortchange themselves to make the program easier, who like to do the bare minimum to then say they did the day or did the program just for the clout or just whatever, which is funny because that's exactly why I started years ago. I wanted to do it just to say that I did it, for no other reason, and I didn't even understand what the program was about, I guess. If my whole reason was to do it for the clout, to say that I did it, to say that I did something hard, I definitely had a piss-poor mentality when it came to things like that. I wasn't in the right headspace at all, and as a result, I never finished the program. I failed multiple times, wasn't in a good place in life, period, and I wasn't achieving any sort of success whatsoever. And so I can confidently say that, that's all attributed to the shitty mentality, the shitty mindset that I had for such a long time in my life. And now that I'm actually doing something, I'm actually doing hard shit, getting that self-fulfillment, that happiness, that true happiness for me, Now that I'm doing all that, I can look back and see my old self and think, what a very, very ignorant person to think that you'd blow through this program just for the sake of saying that you did it, not even concerning yourself with all the benefits that you'll get as a result of completing the program. And so my headspace was never that. It was just about, I guess, being big dog and doing hard shit, and I guess just having that clout. And it's hot as fuck in my car, so I apologize if you can hear the windows. But anyway, so I'm in the group chat, or the Facebook group, and I've noticed in the group, people will say, so long story short, because this could go on forever, because it fired me up. Part of the program is you have to read 10 pages. And when I see that, I think 10 pages, 10 full pages, that's a page. If there was only 5 words on a page, I wouldn't count that, because that's not a page, that's 5 words. And so my argument, or I guess my observation, is Andy, creator of the program, said 10 full page, or 10 pages in traditional format, so that means 250 to 300 words per page. That's traditional format. Not a children's book, not 72-point font, not 5 words per page, not a children's book, not a poem. Just a fucking book, common sense, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, it's got to be a full page. So pages that have a title or half the page is missing, that's not a page, that's not even half a page, it's nothing, it doesn't count. And that's what I've always done. And I'll admit, sometimes I get frustrated because I end up reading 30 to 40 pages, and it takes a little bit longer than what I'd like it to. And that's just the standard that I hold myself to. I feel like I'm following the program as it's intended and how it's laid out. I feel like that's how it should be done, and I feel like that's what the rules are. It says to read 10 pages, not 20 half pages, not 40 quarter pages, not 100 tenth pages, it's 10 pages, and that's how I took it. And so I was trying to clarify in the group. I said, hey, I got a question. I've seen a lot of people say this or that and request this or that, or say they've got a 200-page book, it'll take them 20 days. And my first thought was, well, absolutely not. You'll finish it sooner, because there's at least one page in that book. It's not a full page. It's probably, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, as opposed to the typical 30 or 40 that are in a book. So I caught on to that, and I thought, there's other people that will say, hey, can somebody send me the first 10 pages of chapter 7 in this book? I'm away and I forgot my book, thanks. And that's fucking cool. That's awesome teamwork. But my first thought always is, how do you even know those 10 pages that you're requesting are 10 full pages? How do you know that one of, and so that's been my thought process this entire time. I've never questioned it once. That's how it's always been for me. So I put all of what I just said in the group. I said, pretty much everything I just said, put it in the group. And I said, does anybody else do this? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's this way, right? And it got so much hate. So many people were saying, a page is a page. I read 10. That's what's required. I do 2 half pages. That counts as 1. I don't think you should be worried about what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. It's such bullshit. And I wasn't expecting that at all. I was just kind of expecting some kind of clarification, because the whole program changed my life. I swear by it. I'll never not do the program again. It's part of my life. It is my lifestyle now. It's what I do, because it brings me so much self-fulfillment and true happiness. I just will never not do it again. And so Live Hard will forever be something that I do for the rest of my life. So maybe by the time I'm 90 years old, I've completed it 40 times, 50 times, 60 times. I don't know. But regardless, the principles it instilled within me and the discipline it has forged within me, those are sticking forever, because I see the value that this program provides, and I will always recommend it to anybody who's interested in trying it. So anyway, posted that in the group. It blew up. People had a lot of, to be honest, man, the way that I took this was like, wow, I have high standards. Everybody else is doing the bare minimum. And that fired me up, because I thought that I was doing the reading. I just thought, damn, dude, is this really how it is? Is this, hell yeah, I guess this is how Andy designed it. He knew that not all pages would be full pages. So when he says 10, you're going to have the discipline and the wherewithal to know, and the integrity to know that this isn't a full page, therefore it doesn't count. Therefore, I'm going to read more and get the 10, knowing within my heart that I read 10 full pages. I didn't read 9.5. I didn't read 9.25. I didn't read 9.99. I read 10. And that's how I've approached the entire program since day one of this last go around. And to think, or to, I don't know, man. And it just got me fired up because I didn't feel like my standards were that high in this particular regard. I didn't feel like reading extra pages to ensure that it was 10, as the program specifies, was this big overthinking ordeal, me puffing my chest like I said earlier, me saying that I'm better, me not worrying about everybody else. Because somebody said I need to stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. And my response, I can't remember word for word what I said, but it was along the lines of, I can understand what you're saying. However, I would want to know if I'm doing the program wrong as well. I wouldn't want to go 75 days and then on day 76, I come to find out that actually the entire time you're supposed to drink a gallon of flavored water, and I've been drinking plain water the whole time, and that's obviously not the case, but it's just an example. I would want someone to tell me that so that I complete the program correctly, and I know that I did, and not get to the end and say, wow, I did the program completely wrong. That fucking blows. And maybe if the intent is there and you feel like you did it, you feel in your heart of hearts that you did it correctly, you know, I believe you would still get the benefit to some extent. But after you find out that you did it wrong, there might be some hindrance in the pride or the feeling of knowing that you did a program the right way. But I mean, all this over reading some fucking words in a book, dude. And it's not about me reading so much or so little or going above and extra and overthink. It's not about that. It's more like the rules are read 10 pages, and so I did. Everybody else, it seems, according to this goddamn post, they read 2 half pages, they count that as 1. They read quarter pages and they put that on another title page and that counts as 1. Or if it's got a photo, but if it's not too big of a photo, it's like, dude, fuck, a page is a page. Just hold yourself to that standard. Why would you try to lower it? That defeats the whole purpose of the program, right? Jesus Christ, dude. And I was almost dumbfounded because I couldn't believe how many people, I think I got like 30 comments, couldn't believe how many people so quick, because the post actually got taken down by the admin because it said I need to focus on myself. And, you know, I guess, you know, I'll take that. So it checked me a little bit, I guess. But truthful, my intent was to figure out what the fuck was going on, because I've been doing it one way, and it just seemed like that wasn't what was actually required. It seemed like maybe I misread something, but I don't know. Whatever. So when all that shit happened, and all those people were saying all those things, I just couldn't believe it, dude. Like I said, it fired me up because I thought, holy shit, dude, my standard, for me personally, is at such a place that other people think it's overthinking, or I'm doing too much, or it's too extreme. And that gave me a sense of pride, knowing that I'm doing these things that other people, you know, for lack of a better phrase, couldn't fathom, right? And again, we're talking about reading a book. There's nothing extreme or hardcore about reading a goddamn book, and I'm not pounding my chest over the fact that I'm reading 10 more pages than the next guy. I couldn't give a fuck. But it's the principle behind it, the standard that I'm holding for myself, that apparently nobody else is holding for themselves. And again, you know, if people don't see it that way, like if they truly don't see it that way, I don't, it's fine. But for me, I do. And so to have that pushback of saying, you're overthinking, you're doing this is too much, why wouldn't it count, that's silly, and he doesn't say this, you're doing too, whatever. It's like, okay, well, I now know that you guys' standards or the bar or whatever that you're trying to meet is much lower. It is quite, you know, I don't know how much I can say, because the program says 10 pages. And so by doing 10 pages, you're meeting the requirement, but that is the bare minimum. And have I had workouts that are only 45 minutes long? Yeah. Have I had days where I only drink 128 ounces? Yeah. So I think it's a void argument, but I don't know, man. It's just, it fired me up. I thought, man, dude, I'm really, I'm kicking fucking ass, man. And it's a good feeling. And somebody might be listening to this thinking I'm being cocky as fuck because I'm reading more pages than everybody else. And I think my standards are so superior because I read more and other people don't. And I take it that I don't care, bro. I'm just sharing everything. I'm documenting how I feel. It's a proud moment, knowing that I'm holding myself to this level with a particular task of this program that other people think is ridiculous. And so that makes me want to read more, actually. I want to read 100 pages now, because that's a fucking standard I want to set. Call it obsessive, call it Dude, I don't know, man. So, and I channeled this energy. This guy's about to rear end my ass, dude. I channeled that energy into my workout, and that gave me a PR today. So that was fucking cool. So I hit 225 on decline bench for 10 reps. Fairly easily, actually. Well, I don't want to say easily because I definitely couldn't get an 11th, but it felt great. Everything was smooth. I felt strong. I felt in control. There was no, oh shit, I might not get it. I just put it up and it was great. And that's a huge PR. I've never done 2 plates on decline bench. So that's a huge win for me. And I'm very proud of that. So I channeled that energy, or at least it felt like I did. I was like, fuck yeah, man. I'm holding myself to a higher standard that other people just can't even fathom, So that's cool, and I take pride in that. That's just a cool feeling, man. It's perhaps another indicator that I'm on the right path if I'm holding myself accountable to a certain level of execution that, I don't know, I'm going to sound like a broken record if I continue on, but anyway, yeah, I got a PR today. It was great. It was a very great workout, and it seems like my strength in chest, particularly lately, has been going up rather fast, and I'm very excited about that. It makes the thought of getting a 315 bench not so out of reach anymore. It seems like it's right there. It seems within reach. Could I do 315 now for 1 rep? No, I probably couldn't. I could probably do my old max, which is 225 or 285. I think it's 295 actually. 285. I don't know. We'll say it's 285. Makes you feel like that 285 1 rep max is definitely within reach again. So that's very exciting. So perhaps in the next year we'll get that 315. I don't know, but it's always good to have that goal and to push for it. So I'm very excited about that. And courtesy to all the people who do the bare minimum with reading that gave me that PR. Sounds so silly, man, but I don't know. Like Alex Hormozy says, so there's another podcast with Alex Hormozy and Chris Williamson on that Modern Wisdom podcast, which is an incredible show. I'll say it again. They talk about the podcast percentage. So I can't remember. It's 95% or something. I don't know. 95% of people never make it past episode 3. And of the 5% that do, those don't make it past episode 20. So by making 21 podcast episodes, you're in the top percentile of all podcasters ever. And then Alex Hormozy, in response to that, says it's so easy to win if that's your competition. And that's kind of what popped into my head. If what it takes to win is me reading an extra 30 minutes, if that's what it takes to win, that's easy. I mean, do I want to read an extra 30 minutes if I don't have to? Probably not. Sometimes I'm reading a book and it's ass, and it's hard for me to focus, But if that's what it takes, dude, and that's, fuck, man, So, that's just kind of how I took that. So, here's the other thing I wanted to talk about. I know this episode's running longer, but I felt this aggressive feeling within me, almost like an obsession to check Facebook, just be on Facebook the whole time, because I wanted to see what other people were saying about what I had to say. I was, again, for lack of a better word, addicted to that feeling momentarily of that, oh, you're doing it wrong, or this is overthinking, oh, that's too much, this is ridiculous, worry about yourself. It was like, oh yeah, give me more, fuck yeah, let's see, what other pussy shit we're gonna read. And I was just so hyper-focused on that feeling that I was just glued to my phone, and I sat in my car for about 20 minutes just reading the shit that people were saying to me, replying. I was trying to keep a good decorum, or if that's how you use the word, I don't fucking know. Keep decorum. Let's practice decorum. Somebody check me on that. I don't know. I was just trying to keep a calm demeanor and be, I guess, nice or professional. But there were some comments that were, I can't remember what someone said. They said, you shouldn't worry about words in a book, that's so silly. Worry about yourself or something like that. And I was like, oh man, I get a medal for, they asked me if I wanted a medal for reading so much. And I said, yeah, I actually have a medal for every word that I've ever read, so you should see my collection. fucking dumbass, you know. I didn't say the dumbass part, but that was it was about as smart assy as I got. And I share that because as much as I wanted to be like, you guys are fucking pussies, that's not going to do anything. And that's not true. They're not pussies. They interpreted the program how they did. I interpreted it how I did. I've been holding myself to that standard. And so anything less than that, I feel within myself that doesn't count. So I wouldn't do that. So that's me. And so that's that. But I can't remember where I was going with that. But just, I don't know, dude. It's, what the hell was I? Where was I going with that? I'm actually going to pause and rewind. I want to know where I was going with that. Hold on. All right, I remember what I was saying. And also, the quality of the show is ass. I just listened to how I sounded. That sucks, dude. See, I got to practice more with sitting down and doing it at a desk with a nice mic. That's what I should do. But anyway, what I was saying before I went on that tangent was I had that feeling of wanting to just be on Facebook, to soak up what everyone else is saying, to reply and spend my time talking with these jokers on the internet who I probably will never see or meet or talk to ever in my life. But they're on the internet and they're saying things that kind of don't really jive with what I'm saying or what my thoughts are. And I was aware of that as I was engaging in these comments and reading everything. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is not productive whatsoever. This is not getting me closer to anything I want in life. I'm sitting here in my car. I need to go to the gym so I can finish my workout, set that 3-hour timer, and then get my outdoor workout in so that I can hopefully go to bed and get at least 5 hours of sleep, right? And so I was aware of this feeling, and I was very aware of my actions during all this. Like I just said, what am I doing? I'm sitting here in my car, should be hitting the gym right now. I'm replying to internet comments of people who are making comments about things that I don't agree with, and that's fine, but I'm replying to them as if it's important for me to defend this almighty opinion or perspective I have on reading extra pages as part of a program that's developed or designed to develop mental toughness. So fuck me, right? But that was kind of my thought process with it all. And I quickly decided in that moment, okay, we're done. I'm shutting Facebook down. I got out of my car, walked in the gym. When I got into the gym, that feeling resurfaced. I whipped out my phone, got on Facebook again, and I looked and I saw that the post was removed by an administrator of the group. And that's what I needed. I needed that to be removed so I would stop focusing on that shit. I needed that to be gone because it was taking a lot of energy so quickly, so fast. And so getting rid of that definitely helped. I had a much more focused workout that definitely channeled that energy for that PR I hit today, which is very cool. And so I could go into a whole other spiel about channeling that negative energy into productive action, which is what Andy Frisella talks about so much. So yeah, I got in the gym, post was removed, and I thought, wow, dude, this is crazy. So, and then I went on to have a great workout, and so it is what it is. And I was just pumped up with that. And now here I am driving home, chatting about it. So I wanted to share that because that is, it's a lot of things, but one of the things is it's a very cool feeling to know that I'm operating or I'm running the program in a way that other people think is ridiculous. Makes me feel like I'm doing more work than is required, which in turn makes me feel like I'm doing more than what is required. I'm exceeding the expectations. I'm not doing the bare minimum, which contradicts what I said earlier, because there are some times, like today, where my workout was 45 minutes. It wasn't shorter, it wasn't longer. It was 45 minutes. Might have been 46, but point still stands. But it wasn't like I half-assed the workout. That was a great-ass workout. I even hit a PR, so. But, again, lost my train of thought. Whatever. So, yeah, that's what happened today. And it's day 30 of phase 2. So what a way to celebrate my success with the program so far. Hearing some... I'm done talking about it. Anyway, that's the show. So much for keeping them under 3 minutes, huh? I think I've also kind of accepted that these will not be under probably ever 5 minutes, maybe 1 or 2 or 3. I think there's been 2 episodes, real episodes, not halvesies, that are below 5 minutes or 8 minutes. I have no idea. But the fact that I was going to somebody tell them this story in under 3 minutes. That would be cool. Dude, people don't know how to operate a four-way stop, and it bothers me. Anyway, that's the show. Thank you guys for listening. I would like every show going forward, to be this level of energy. I feel like I was really hyped up. I feel like I was a lot more articulate with what I was saying. I feel like I got my point across. And so in the podcasting realm, for me today, this is a huge win. So you can reframe everything that I just talked about into, I had a lot of people chirping at me, and as a result of that, I was able to have a much more productive day, knowing that what I'm doing is great. I'm making great progress, and I hit a PR, and you can even say this is a PR in the podcasting world for me. So I don't know. I'm just proud of myself, man. I'm making great strides in the right direction, and that's becoming more and more evident every day. And as long as I keep this in mind on my bad days, and as long as I remind myself that it's not always going to be this way, because today's a great day. This is a high of the roller coaster. This is a great day. If this was a graph, this would be the peak point of success and happiness and fulfillment, whatever you want to call it, any buzzwords you want to fill in there. I'm up there, and it's not going to last forever. Tomorrow might be one of the worst days I have, but I don't know. So that's where tracking my progress, tracking my day-to-day comes into play, because now I can look back at yesterday, see what I did that would set me up for so much success today. And there's a common theme so far, because I had that really great day that was out of the blue. There's no reason for it. The only thing I did different the day previously was I went outside during break at work and got sunlight exposure. And I've always thought that was some voodoo hippie bullshit, but listening to Andrew Huberman talk about it makes me think otherwise, because he got me onto the whole ice bath thing, which has changed a lot of my disciplinary protocols, if you will. And so perhaps there's some truth to, well, there is truth. It's just a matter of believing it, because placebo is one hell of a thing. So there's a lot of truth and science and studies that back getting sunlight exposure in your eyes, not looking directly into the sun, obviously, that have great results for health and focus and all this shit. And I don't want to butcher it anymore, because I'm not very knowledgeable on that subject, so I'll shut up. But that's only two things that are similar between the 2 days. And today I'm having a great day, and it's just interesting. So anyway, now I'm going to shut the fuck up. That's the show. Episode 131. It is, again, February 27th. It's 5:10 p.m. and I just got home. So that's the show. Thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you later.